With the i7, BMW proves it can make a really credible, modern-era full-electric model that isn't an SUV. This car is aimed directly at the Mercedes EQS and brings a prodigious level of Munich's technological firepower to the task.
The full electric i7 model we're testing here is available in three guises: a base rear-driven S-Drive 50 derivative with 449 horsepower, this mid-level X-Drive 60 version with 544, and the fastest M70 X-Drive variant with 650 horsepower. All three variants use the same 101.7 kWh battery, which offers up to 379 miles with the base S-Drive 50 version, 387 of range in this X-Drive 60 guise, or 348 miles in the M70 model. Enough with the facts and figures. What you really need to know here is that better than any 7 Series design before it, this Mark 7 G70 model manages that elusive combination of comfort and handling in a manner that sets a fresh class standard. There's a proper air suspension at last in a 7 Series, a 2-axle setup which can lower itself at speed or raise itself for rough roads. It also adapts to the various My Mode drive settings, with the Sport option featuring a powertrain soundtrack created by Hollywood composer Hans Zimmer. If you're prepared to spend more, you can add 2 further key drive tech features: an active anti-roll system and rear wheel steering. Even with a standard spec model, there's a completely different level of driver engagement to that you'd get in an A8, an S-Class or an EQS. Thanks to the way that BMW's re-engineered this 7th generation design with features like a near actuator wheel slip limitation system, sharper servotronic steering, a more rigid body, wider tracks and broader tyres, all combining with the prodigious all-weather grip on offer from the standard X-Drive system, if that's been fitted. The combined charging unit in the i7 X-Drive 60 allows DC power to be taken on board at a rate of up to 195 kilowatts. This allows 106 miles, WLTP rated, of range to be added in just 10 minutes at a high power charging station, while a 10 to 80% charge is possible in 34 minutes. Back at home, AC charging is possible at a rate of up to 11 kilowatts. Hooked up to a 7.4 kilowatt garage wall box, a full charge would need 16 hours and 15 minutes. If you've seen BMW's latest 7th generation 7 Series saloon with its divisive new look, you'll know what to expect, because almost everything's exactly the same with the i7. As with the ordinary 7 Series, which is a PHEV, only a long wheelbase body style is available. Blue decorative elements in the side skirts that flow into vertical air curtain slots behind the front wheel arches indicate this particular i7 variant's all-electric remit. The main visual talking point, though, is the huge and potentially illuminating front grille, flanked by 2-tier matrix LED headlights. The main beams sit on the lower tier. The upper tier delivers daytime running lights and indicators that can be bejeweled with Swarovski crystals. What you think of the rear end styling will depend on whether you liked the extrovert nose. If you didn't, this subtler look will be much more to your taste, with slim and elegant LED light units that extend well into the car's flanks. The brand's usual L-shaped tail lamp theme is provided by an integrated chrome strip with the light bars positioned below it. The braking light and turn indicator light are generated by 2 slim strips below the main rear lamps, and with this i7, blue decorative elements in the rear apron draw attention to the lack of tailpipes. And as at the front, the BMW logo has a blue surround. The cabin provides even more evidence of BMW's desire to deliver something quite different in this segment. And again, it's just as in a comparable 7 Series. Much predictably is borrowed from the brand's iX flagship EV. The curved display with its 14.9-inch central infotainment monitor and 12.3-inch instrument screen, the 2 or 3-spoke steering wheel, and the lower iDrive controller, which can be crystal finished. But there are clever touches too, the main one being this i7's so-called interaction bar, a glossy, backlit panel that stretches across the fascia and is standard above base trim. It reacts to inputs and what's happening as you drive, so will flash, for instance, if you get a phone call. There's even more tech in the rear, which can be had with an executive lounge package, featuring a reclining seat with footrest, allowing for a torso angle of up to 42.5 degrees. And once you're comfortable, you can even enjoy your own private cinema experience. The car can be fitted out with an enormous 31.3-inch theatre screen that folds into the roof when not in use and has built-in Amazon Fire TV. There's also a blackout screen for the rear window, touchscreens in the door panels, and the option of seat exciters, which vibrate and pulse the seat with loud sounds from the theatre screen. Out back, there's a big 500-litre boot, which has a useful underfloor compartment and can be extended for longer items with a ski hatch. The divisive looks that might make a typical customer question the conventional version of this 8th generation 7 Series seem better suited to this i7. Customers of expensive luxury EVs expect their cars to look different, and this one will stand out in the boardroom car park just as much, if not more, than its arch rival, the Mercedes EQS. If you're fortunate enough to have a chauffeur, the i7 might well be the preferential choice, providing it's specified with the rear theatre screen system. And even if you like to drive yourself, this BMW might well present a fractionally more engaging option. It's hard, though, to make a wrong choice between an EQS and an i7. Times move on, but luxury driving decisions get no easier, which is as it should be.